Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together. Hello and welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I am the great and peaceful Mr. E.
And I'm Jay, and I'm ready to explore the wilds.
Well, we're going to talk. This was actually a listener submitted one. So shout out. Young man listens to the show. His dad reached out to us and asked for scale insects.
Scale insects?
Mm-hmm. It's a humongous, diverse group of insects.
Okay, so it's a whole group of...
Yeah.
Okay, what? They got scales like a fish?
Now we'll get to that.
Okay.
But they're from the late Jurassic all the way to recent. Isn't that fun?
Oh, wait. They're still around or?
Yeah.
Okay, all the way until now.
Mm-hmm. They're coming, hundreds of shapes and sizes. They're crazy. Or they just look like scales. They can look like needles. The ones, waxy scaled ones are like, they literally look like little drops of bird poop. Some of them look like a moving thorn on a plant, so they get left alone. They have all kinds of interesting shapes. Scale insects are a small insect of the order Hypnoptera. The dramatically variable appearance and extreme sexual dimorphism. So they are, even the sexes are very different, and each species is crazy. Adults typically have a soft body and no limbs. They are concealed underneath a domed scale, extruding qualities of wax for protection. So
Okay.
the adults, when they settle into a spot, they're pretty much there forever.
Oh, wow, okay. They don't really move?
They don't really have limbs.
Well, it makes sense. It's hard to move without limbs.
Yeah. So, but they have a domed back,
Mhm.
and they like squirt out wax. So some of them shape the wax into shape. Some of them have like the scale on their back is one shape, like a big thorn. Some species in this order will combine ovipositors instead of separate ovaries and testes. So basically, they have both male and female parts in one spot.
Oh, okay.
On one animal.
All of them?
Some of the species
Okay.
will be hermaphroditic, essentially.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a little different because how they function, but yeah. Males in the species where they occur have legs, and some even have wings. They resemble small flies. Scale insects are herbivores, so they pierce leaf and plant tissues with their mouth parts, and remaining the only open place, feeding on the sap. They excrete excess fluid. They call it honeydew.
Oh. Ooh. It's like Mountain Dew?
Honeydew, which sooty mold tends to grow on.
Ooh, okay.
Which sooty mold is a very common mold, but this is a very sweet substance that comes out of them.
Okay, the honeydew is. Okay.
The insects often have a mutualistic relationship with
The flora they live on.
ants.
Oh.
So they're parasitic to the flora they live on. But they have a mutualistic relationship with ants. So the ants really, really love honeydew.
Is it like those ants that have their backs like all swell up when they eat all the sugar water?
No, those are honeydew. Like those are jelly ants.
Jelly ants?
Remember we
Okay.
did an episode on them for Freaky Fauna?
Yeah. It's not the same substance, though,
No.
right? Okay.
No. This is like this is poop
Oh.
that is just really sweet tasting.
Sweet poo. Okay.
So the ants basically will guard the big colonies of these things and keep them safe from predators like ladybugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And basically farming them because they want to drink the honeydew.
Right, yeah.
Now, if you watch, I can't remember if it's Bug's Life
Or ants.
or Ants. But one of those movies, they actually drank out of one of these bugs.
Ooh,
At the little bar scene.
I
He
feel like it
slaps
might...
something and it comes out and it's one of these.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mhm.
I bet you it's ants. I don't know for sure, but
I can't remember, but I know I've seen it.
Yeah.
The axis, gross. Which feeds on the honeydew. The ants feed on the honeydew and protect them from predators. There are about 8,000 described species of insect or of scale insects.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's start at number 1.
Okay. I actually have the whole list.
Okay. And by the time this episode ends, it'll be...
So this is all Freaky Fauna is now, is reading about scale insect
for the next
subspecies.
3 years.
The oldest fossil in this group dates back to the late Jurassic, and it was preserved in amber. They are already diversified by the early Cretaceous, suggesting their origins were probably in the Triassic or the Jurassic. Because it appears like there wasn't a lot of species then, and then all of a sudden there was a huge boom.
Yeah.
The closest relatives they have are jumping plant lice, white flies, Proloxis bugs, and aphids, which also excrete honeydew.
Oh, aphids do?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, ladybugs love eating aphids.
Yeah.
And ants will protect them from like ladybugs and other things to get the honeydew.
Interesting.
So one of the benefits is a lot of the scale insects as adults, they don't move around.
Yeah.
You can actually, the ants will kind of guide aphids around into areas with better food sources.
Huh. I did not know that. Aren't aphids are like big pests, right, for our farmers?
Yeah. Especially if they get out of control, they're a part of the natural ecosystem.
Okay.
But they are a plant parasite or a plant feeder.
Yeah.
And if you have tomato plants, sometimes you'll see it. They're just whole thing is covered with them.
Okay.
But they're always there. They shouldn't be gone, but they should be under control.
Ladybugs.
The majority of female scale insects remain in one place as adults their whole life, with newly hatched nymphs, or known as crawlers, being the only mobile life stage, apart from the short-lived males. The reproductive strategies of many species include at least one amount of asexual reproduction or parthenogenesis, which is cloning, self-cloning.
Okay, good. I didn't know what you meant.
Yeah, so a female with parthenogenesis, like Komodo dragons will do it, some sharks will do it, where if they cannot find males,
Oh, okay.
they'll just make a batch of their self.
Yes, we've talked about this before.
Yeah, which is a little different from asexual reproduction.
Right.
It's much more akin to actual cloning.
Wow. Okay.
Some scale insects are serious commercial pests, notably the cotton cushion scale insect, which just destroys cotton plants.
Oh.
Or no, sorry, on citrus fruit trees.
Oh,
They look like a little cotton cushion.
Oh, sitting on. Okay.
Their little scale that they make.
Yeah.
They look like a little piece of cotton.
Cotton ball sitting on the branch.
But they just destroy. They're difficult to control scale insects because their waxy covering protects them from most insecticides.
Hey, well, there you go. A natural defense against it.
Mm-hmm.
They've known forever, since the dinosaurs.
Yeah. But yeah, biological controls of pests such are picky. Like the big one for these guys are ladybugs, which is a whole industry in itself that's just highly destructive. Because they'll go and catch. They don't farm a lot of ladybugs. They go and catch them in places and bring them somewhere else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Buying of commercial ladybugs is a very destructive process, depending on who you get them from.
I did not know that. And then we're not talking about those orange.
The Japanese ladybugs are what those are.
Those aren't even ladybugs.
They are cousins.
Are they?
Yeah, they're false. If we call them false ladybugs, because they're not American ladybugs.
No.
But they still kind of do the same thing, but not as good as American ladybugs.
Well, they stink.
Well, yeah.
They're horrible.
Why are you eating them?
I'm not, but they used to get everywhere. There's not as many of those anymore. I guess that's a good thing.
So, do you know what they use scale insects for?
Oh, they're actually used for something. I guess they're wax, maybe? Or maybe they're honeydew?
So they produce the commercial valuable substances, including carmine and carmine dyes.
Oh, what's that?
In shellac. Oh, now I can't say it. Shellac lacquer.
Oh, it's things that makes things shiny.
Yeah. So the two red color names are crimson and scarlet. Both derive their names from the products that come from these bugs.
Oh, okay.
So they're like dyes.
Okay.
They're commercial dyes to make red.
For food?
They have been used in some food products.
Oh no.
Yeah. I told you about the bugs they use in food.
Yeah, I guess I just try to block it out because I don't want to be eating bugs.
Well, yeah, you've eaten a lot of these guys. So yeah, scale insects. And there's, like I said, hundreds of species of these guys. Some of them you can't even, they look like coral or they look like thorns. Like they have all kinds of crazy.
So I've probably seen these things millions of times and never.
Yeah, we have a bunch of them around here.
Never even noticed.
Yeah, because they lack a lot of stuff like antenna and stuff like that. So they just don't look like much to us.
Right, yeah. Blending in. I mean, that's smart.
And only a couple of the species, the males actually fly. and they just look like little white paper flies.
Okay.
I mean, they're tiny little white things, so they don't really. You wouldn't be able to see them.
Like a piece of ash floating around the air.
Yeah. They can take over areas extremely fast. There's not. I don't know what else you want to know besides the diversity of them. Some species are monophylagic, which just means they only eat on one type of plant.
Oh, okay.
And others are not picky.
Eat whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they can get their
Like I said,
mouths
there's
on.
8,000 species of these.
Yeah, that's a lot. And now are the species all just different from the way they look, or
All of it. They can be all kinds. A lot of times they live in colonies.
So they all look the same.
Yeah. So it's like the white cotton ones or the mel bugs that look like big piles of mold on trees.
Oh wow, okay.
Because they kind of are, because their wax is covered in that mold.
Right. Yeah.
So they get mistaken for all kinds of stuff. You can look at pictures of ladybugs like eating them.
Yeah. Okay. No, I would have never really thought about these, or no, I didn't really know about them at all. At least that it's a whole group of extremely different looking insects. They're bugs, right? I can say bugs.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So yeah, they've been using dyes for hundreds, if not thousands of years. You can actually look on ancient pottery and stuff like that and see depictions of them collecting them. So a lot of the ones that from the Middle East and China were used for dyes, and they're still used for dyes today.
Okay.
Harvested off of camels and cactuses and everything else.
Huh. Yeah, I guess if they've been using them as dyes that long, I guess they can't be that bad.
I mean, at least it's natural.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's not an artificial dye. So I guess that's one thing. And I'd rather it be in my clothes than in my food, I would suppose.
And there's probably several thousand species that haven't been identified yet. There are people that are still just trying to separate them from each other. They're very small, and some of them are extremely rare, and some of them are extremely common.
Right, so it's got to be almost impossible to research entirely.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're cool. They're cute. Like I said, there's 8,000 documented species. Just look them up, everybody at home. Just go to Google and type in scale insect and look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Because they're all scale insects, but some of them are absolutely nuts, and you can't believe it's the same group of animals.
I'm going to see if I can find some in the woods this week when I go back out there. I got mayapple patch I'm watching.
They're already gone.
Huh?
Already gone.
Huh?
Luke went out yesterday, and as he's going through the mayapples, he said they were all gone. Did you not get any?
Not yet. Ours weren't ready.
No, you must have missed it.
I don't think so.
You're crazy.
I think you're just pulling my leg.
with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's impossible unless... Did I lose time?
Happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, scale insects. Thank you for the suggestion. You guys want to suggest, shoot us an email.
Yeah, we'll take on all suggestions. This is fun.
All right, I have been the great and peaceful Mystery.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday.
Yeah, real short one.
If you want to help the podcast
Scale
grow,
insects.
There's not like a
remember
lot
to share and give it a 5-star review.
Oh, gosh.
Just seeing tipping.
What was that?
You caught the...
Tangled in wires.
Yeah.
Just have